The package arrived on a day like any other, unassuming and ordinary. Gray skies mirrored the artist's mood, a reflection of the storm brewing within him. Inside the package, nestled in velvet, lay a key. Old, tarnished, and heavy, it seemed to carry the weight of history. Attached to the key was a note that simply read, "It unlocks more than just doors." The artist, Thomas, scoffed at the cryptic message. To him, it felt like a cruel joke from a universe that loved to mock his lack of inspiration, a constant reminder of his creative block. Frustrated, he tossed the key onto a cluttered desk, its metallic clang swallowed by the chaos of his studio, lost among the debris of his failed ideas. The note fluttered to the floor, an afterthought in the whirlwind of his emotions. Days passed, each one blending into the next. The key remained untouched, yet its presence was inescapable, a silent observer of his daily struggles. It whispered in the silence of the night, a constant reminder of its existence. It glinted accusingly under the weak morning light as if urging him to uncover its secrets. The note lay where it had fallen, its message burning into Thomas's mind, a persistent echo in his thoughts. Finally, curiosity, that persistent beast, clawed its way free, demanding attention. Thomas picked up the key, feeling its weight in his hand. It was cold against his skin, a stark contrast to the warmth of his curiosity. He traced its intricate carvings, each groove whispering tales of forgotten times, stories waiting to be uncovered. The weight in his hand felt significant, a burden, a promise of something more. It was as if the key held the potential to unlock not just doors, but new possibilities, new inspirations. The note offered no clues, only cryptic ambiguity. It was more than just doors. It was a puzzle, a riddle wrapped in mystery. What did it mean? The words echoed in Thomas's mind, a haunting melody he couldn't ignore. They lingered, like a song stuck on repeat, refusing to fade away. He felt an unfamiliar pull, a magnetic force drawing him towards the unknown. It was as if the universe itself was whispering secrets, urging him to uncover them. He spent days researching his family history, each dusty record a dead end. The more he searched, the more elusive the answers became, slipping through his fingers like sand. Until one name surfaced, shrouded in whispers and speculation: Great Aunt Eleanor. A name that seemed to hold the key to the enigma, a recluse, an eccentric, a woman whose life was a tapestry of secrets and solitude, a woman who vanished without a trace. Her disappearance was a mystery that had baffled the family for generations. Her last known address, a remote estate on the edge of town, swallowed by time and neglect. The house stood like a sentinel, guarding its secrets. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, Thomas decided to follow this tenuous thread. It was a journey into the past, a quest for answers that had long been buried. He packed a small bag, the key a reassuring weight in his pocket. It was a key not just to a house, but to a story waiting to be told. As he stepped out of his studio, the world seemed different, charged with an electric anticipation. Every step felt like a step closer to the truth. The key had set him on a path, the destination still shrouded in mist. But Thomas knew that the journey itself would reveal the answers he sought. The drive to the estate was long, the road winding through forgotten countryside. The journey seemed endless, with each turn revealing more of the desolate landscape. The car's tires hummed against the asphalt, a lonely sound in the vast emptiness. The city faded behind him, replaced by rolling hills and dense woodland. The urban sprawl gave way to nature's embrace, a stark contrast to the concrete jungle he left behind. The hills rolled like gentle waves, and the dense woodland whispered ancient secrets. The air grew heavy, pregnant with the scent of damp earth and secrets. Each breath he took was filled with the rich aroma of rain-soaked soil and decaying leaves. The mist clung to the trees, creating an ethereal atmosphere that felt both inviting and foreboding. The estate loomed out of the mist, a gothic silhouette against the darkening sky. Its towering spires and intricate architecture spoke of a bygone era, a time when grandeur and mystery walked hand in hand. The fog swirled around it, adding to its enigmatic presence. Ivy crawled across its walls like grasping claws. The green tendrils seemed to have a life of their own, weaving intricate patterns on the stone facade. It was as if the mansion was being slowly consumed by nature, reclaimed by the earth from which it rose. Windows stared blindly, reflecting nothing but the encroaching darkness. They were like empty eyes, devoid of life and warmth. The glass panes, covered in a thin layer of dust, hinted at years of neglect and abandonment. As Thomas stepped out of the car, an unnatural silence descended. No birdsong, no rustling leaves. The world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for something to happen. The silence was so profound that it felt almost tangible, pressing against his ears, just an oppressive stillness that pressed down on him, stealing his breath. The forest around him was eerily calm, as if it, too, was aware of the significance of his arrival. Every step he took seemed to echo in the quiet, amplifying the sense of isolation. The key felt heavy in his pocket, throbbing with an energy that both frightened and exhilarated him. It was more than just a piece of metal. It was a symbol of the unknown, a gateway to mysteries yet to be uncovered. The weight of it was a constant reminder of the journey he was about to undertake. The iron gates groaned open, their rusted hinges protesting after years of disuse. The sound was a harsh contrast to the silence that had enveloped him, a reminder of the passage of time and the secrets that lay beyond. The gates seemed to resist, as if reluctant to reveal what lay within. Thomas took a hesitant step onto the overgrown path, each footfall echoing in the silence. The path was barely visible, covered in weeds and fallen leaves. Each step felt like a journey into the past, a step closer to the heart of the mystery that awaited him. He was no longer just an artist seeking inspiration. The journey had transformed him, turning him into a seeker of truths, a wanderer in search of answers. The landscape around him was not just a backdrop, but a living, breathing entity that held the key to his quest. He was an explorer stepping into the jaws of the unknown. Each step was a leap of faith, a venture into uncharted territory. The unknown was no longer a distant concept, but a tangible reality that he could feel with every fiber of his being. The journey had just begun,